Hey everybody. About 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I went on a cruise, Royal Caribbean, Independence of the Seas, July 2nd to July 11th, out of Cape Liberty, New Jersey, and the ports of call were Bermuda, St. Martin, Puerto Rico, and Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. So first and foremost, this is not my first Royal Caribbean cruise. My first Royal Caribbean cruise was Mariner of the Seas. I was probably, I want to say, was I even a teenager? I think it's probably like 13, 14 years old, I think, when I went on that cruise. Mariner of the Seas, Freedom of the Seas, Allure of the Seas, and Independence of the Seas. So here is my take on Independence of the Seas. Yes, a lot of things on the ship were fixed up, remodeled, refurbished, remodeled, and all the things. For me personally, I feel like the ship is small. It's small. And there's not really much activities except for like the main ones, like when they do the belly flop contest during the sea days, or what else, the all them contests they do, the games that they do, all the things, the comedy shows. But like, for example, on Allure of the Seas, the boardwalk area is like, they got the where they have the water shows and the carousels and all those things, right? Independence of the Seas, the only attraction that they have besides the rock climbing and the floor rider are the water slides. I did not go on the water slides. I did not. But it wasn't like really giving. It wasn't really giving. To me, it wasn't really giving. Now, what can I say was like, that I enjoyed on the ship? I mean, the illusionist, he was cool. There were two comedians. They were okay. What else? Oh, I must say this. They premiered new shows on our cruise. I forgot the names of those two shows, but they premiered two new headliner shows on our cruise ship, because I believe I read somewhere that they had a contract with Greece, and then they canceled that contract, or it ended or something like that. So I was like, where are the shows? Because like after dinner, it's like, okay, what do we do next? So they did, like I said, they had a comedy show. They had like the silent parties. The silent parties were cool. Well, I only went to one in the club. And then they had Caribbean night, where they had like Jamaican food and stuff like that. They had the curry goat. What's curry goat? I think they had curry goat, jerk chicken, beef patties. And I remember in the dining room, one of the nights, the lobster was free, so we got to have lobster, which was really nice. Also, for those who don't know, right, if there's certain things that I realized, I think on like day 3, where one of the girls, she was on in our group, she was like, oh, they have happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. but it's only plain margaritas, which was fine. I think it was like $10. Came up to like $10 after tax. And the drink of the day is a low price as well, so you don't have to spend $14 unless you don't want the drink of the day. But the drink of the day, it'll come up to like $10 ish. Oh, and I did enjoy the wine tasting. They had a wine tasting tour on the ship. I think it was day 2, which was a sea day, so that was cool. I got to learn more in depth about the different wines, and the pairings and all the things. So Yeah, I don't think I'll go on that ship anymore, to be completely honest with you. As far as like older ships, and I'm saying that because I know there's like Hero of the Seas that's out, that's that's came out, and Legend of the Seas, and they have Oasis and Icon and stuff like that. I would rather go back on Allure of the Seas before I go back on Independence of the Seas. Did I mention that I went on Freedom of the Seas too? Yeah, Allure of the Seas, Freedom of the Seas, Independence of the Seas, and Mariner of the Seas. And I don't think the Mariner is functioning anymore. I know that's a really, really old ship, but that was my first Royal Caribbean experience. So Bermuda was very nice. Went to Horseshoe Bay Beach out there. Very nice, very nice, very nice. What else? Puerto Rico. No, not Puerto Rico. St. Martin. We went to a Haitian restaurant, which was really, really nice. We went to the French side, and then went to the beach after. And then Puerto Rico, my cousin and I, we just walked around, got food, and pina coladas at the famous the place where they have the best pina coladas. And then Dominican Republic, it rained, child. It rained. We did not go out. Well, we got off the ship, but we did not go out exploring because it was torrential downpouring when we got there. Mind you, the ship was supposed to stop in Haiti, but due to everything that's happening, which I don't really understand, because everything's happening in the capital, which is, away from the north of Haiti, but that's a different story for a different day. I kind of wish it stopped in Labadie, because the last time I went to Labadie was the last cruise I went on, which was in 2017 on Allure of the Seas. And then I think my first time going to Labadie was on Mariner of the Seas, I believe. Yes. So unfortunately, yeah, DR, we went outside, and then the weather showed that it was supposed to stop raining, and child, it did not stop raining. So, and everybody else who didn't go out, they got caught in the rain, and they got soaking wet in the rain. But yeah, it was torrential downpouring. And the minute when the ship started, sailing, leaving, left the port and whatnot, the rain, it was like clear as day. So yeah, this is my little spiel on Independence of the Seas and the cruise I went on in July 2nd to July 11th. And yeah, I'm not going on that ship again. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna go back on Independence of the Seas. No, it's too small. Not really much activities, really. So yeah. Drop anything, you can drop some comments for me, let me know what you guys think, but I'm not going back on Independence of the Seas. Oh, and the captain was really, really nice, because the call time to come back on the ship would be like 3:30, for example, and we don't leave till like 3:55. So that captain was very, very nice. I did not see any pier runners. So that's it. That's all. Later, y'all.